Hello people, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to BARNO. I hope you are doing very, very well. Hope things are going well in your life at the minute and you're doing the things you love. This video right here, back again, football match days, the thing BARNO loves doing best, going back out on the road, travel, taking in experiences, match day drama, all the goals coming at you from all angles with BARNO. Current situation. It's a Friday night at the minute. And you might be wondering, why is your Liverpool shirt on? Liverpool have just beaten Wolverhampton 3-1 in the FA Cup and are now through to the next round. So I'm in a very, very good mood at the minute because we have won a game of football, considering we played Wolves a couple of days ago. And we lost 2-1 in the last minute in the Premier League. But we'll forget about that. Let's focus on the most recent result, a 3-1 win. So I'm very, very happy with that. Shout out to everyone as well throughout the whole of this week. I've been doing a lot of TikTok live streams with a lot of football watch-alongs. Lots and lots of people have tuned in this week. We've had loads of viewers, loads of new people joining the BARNO channel. So I appreciate everyone who's tuning in to them this week. They will continue, obviously, all the time. Loads of football coming up now. You know, you've got UCL late stages, Europa League late stages, the Conference League late stages, all of the Premier League action. Even like, you know, I love a bit watching a bit of Serie A, all of that good stuff. And also on the other fact, if you are new to the channel and it's your first time watching BARNO, don't forget to click the subscribe. My main goal this year is to hit 1,000 subs by the end of this year. And if you are returning for another video of BARNO, you know what to do. Drop that like button. Leave me a comment if you do want to have a little chat with me. We are looking good at the minute. Just hit over 400 subs last week. I'm actually buzzing, man. 400 people are now on this little channel. We're growing it slowly every single day. A lot of people from the TikTok live streams are now tuning into my YouTubers now, which is absolutely mental. So I am buzzing. So apart from that, as I said before, it is a Friday night. Where am I going tomorrow? I'm going to the team I've watched the most this season. I've really kept an eye on how their season's going. Also been like reporting on them, doing a lot of like TikTok little videos, Instagram trial reels, and Twitter posts as well. Plymouth, argyle, kind of like the most local professional team to me. Their season now, they're on a turnaround. A turnaround I really didn't expect. The last time I've been up to Argyle was December 6, 2025, which was an early 12:30 kickoff at home against Bradford City, and Plymouth narrowly missed out with a 1-0 loss. What's happened since then? An awful lot, and now the chance of basically they have gone from relegation fighting to potential playoff positions. But I'll get into that into a later stage of the video. For now, I'm going to cut this clip here, get some sleep, and let's get into Saturday morning and get this matchday vlog underway. Good morning, Saturday morning. It's about 8:30. We're on the way up to Plymouth. Mate, look at this for morning view. Cannot go wrong with that whatsoever. Actually, I'll give you another flick through. Look at that, mate. Fairly warm. Still a little bit chilly, but it is March. We are getting some warmer weather. Thank God. Maybe let's go jump in the sea soon, do a bit of a cold plunge. But yes, on the way up to Plymouth. Was up quite late last night. As I said, Liverpool won last night. F1 this weekend as well. Lando Norris is qualified 8th, 7th, I believe, on the grid. So that's a 4 AM alarm for Sunday morning. By the time this video comes out, the Grand Prix will be said and done. But got to support the man, and of course, BARNO's got a monster first thing in the morning. Got to get the caffeine intake up, mate. Ready for the day. Can't wait. Should be an absolute cracking day today. Day out in Plymouth. A classic, but also one of the best ones, you know, not too far from home. Footy's always decent up there. Let's keep just chatting away. Summer shred update. Give me all the updates this morning. Summer shred update. 86 kilo now. We are cooking slowly. Consistency will always be key. Flick that spawn point. We're now in Plymouth. Weather's gone a little bit off. I don't know what's happened there. Clouds have now come up to play. Now made it in. Just had me iced caramel macchiato Saturday treat down at Starbucks. Normally I'll tell you about my FPL, but it's FA Cup weekend, so we won't need to worry too much about that this week, because normally I'm in Starbucks doing my FPL last minute, wondering who to captain, who to transfer, all to get 25 points and have a rough game week like I always do. But the last few weeks have actually been alright with FPL. I had good captain choices. I did Ekitike when we played West Ham at home, got me 30 points. And Nico O'Reilly the other week got me 17, so slowly we're getting back up the league and try and cross the road and not get run over. That would be a good start to the midday. And, well, don't end up in A&E later on, do I? But yes, we are currently on the way to Home Park, as I said before. Big fixture today against Doncaster Rovers. I mean, in a minute, I'll actually get to the top of this hill, man, because Jesus Christ, that's steep as hell. getting steps in there, that's the main thing. Get on top of the hill, break down the teams, break down what's been going on, because there's an awful lot to talk about with Plymouth. And also how Donny Rovers of Doncaster are getting on, so do that in a minute once I get up to this hill and completely out of breath, mate. Made up the top of the hill next to that there, if you've ever seen it. I don't know what that is, I had to research it. Gordon Sparks tribute, he sadly passed away. A couple years back, a commentator on the Argyle games for multiple years, so he's a bit of a legend around Plymouth Argyle, and they have that nice memorial down there for him. I've made it to the top of the hill, right, trying to break down both teams today. I mean, Doncaster Rovers have had a couple wins in the last two. They've had a couple losses and draws. They're 18th, so they're kind of like, they're a couple points above relegation, but slowly slipping down that table, which is obviously not good coming to sort of into the peak of the season, I'd say. The last push for teams going for the title, teams going for playoffs, and teams trying not to get relegated from League 1 into League 2. Moving on to Plymouth Argyle, there is a lot to break down here. The last time I come up here, 6th of December last year, 12:30 kick-off, a narrow 1-0 loss to Bradford, who were third in the league. At the time, I mean, that game, Bradford there for the taking, Plymouth just never really capitalised. Since then, I'm going to call it the Derek Adams influence. He used to manage Argyle quite a while ago, and since then he's come in, giving advice to Cleverley and all of the coaching staff. Plymouth have been on a mad turnaround, genuinely a mad turnaround, made a statement to the league the other week, smashing Cardiff, league leaders who are running away with League 1, and that title potentially. Smashed them at home 5-2. Big result, big statement for the rest of the league. I mean, if they win today as well, then those playoffs genuinely could be on, because they have a potential game in hand. They've got Reading away soon, and then Huddersfield at home. Two teams in around that playoff section. If you take 6 points from that, these lot could have turned from a relegation fight at the start of the season to a potential playoff push and getting out of League 1, which would be absolutely crazy. The thing as well, this fan base is absolutely fantastic. Every time I've been up here, 15, 16, 17,000 people, even away on the road. They're taking 2,900 to Reading, or 3,000 people to Reading very soon. Huddersfield at home will be a sellout. Like, it will be absolutely mental. Genuinely, there is a proper belief at Plymouth since the sort of start of the season, where you couldn't even win a game. Everyone wanted Cleverley gone. The full Simon Hallett forum with Derek Adams and Paul Byrne. Things have changed a lot, man, and today, genuinely, there's a lot of confidence in Plymouth. I know them fans are going to be up for it today, behind that team. Injury-wise, Talai is out with a dead leg, which actually isn't even a dead leg, it's actual muscle tear. Connor Hazard is out today again as well, so they are missing a couple players, but there's one player I want to give a special mention to, who's really turned his form around since the start of the season. Who, when I've watched him at the start of the season, he struggled an awful lot. That is Bim Peppel. Now, Bim Peppel normally would come on as a sub. He'd struggle quite a lot for 20 minutes, and when he'd shoot, it would go nowhere near the goal. I don't know what's happened to Bim, or the confidence he's found in his form and the way he's playing, but the guy is actually on fire. I think he's got 8-9 goals in his last 12 games. Like, genuinely, what a turnaround. Considering that Talai has been out, he's just sort of stepped up and gone, right, I'll take it on my own, by the scruff of the neck, and I'm going to start scoring goals for Argyle. And he scored some absolute belters as well. The one against Mansfield, the one against Cardiff. Unreal. What a turnaround. It was what was considered as a experiment from Luton Town when they signed him. Now becoming probably one of the best forwards in League 1 at the minute. Can't fault the guy. He'll be good today. And also with Plymouth as well, with the January window. They got Joe Rolls in, experienced midfielder from Cardiff, but he's injured out for the rest of the season. But they've got Herbie Kane, who is back in the team today from Huddersfield. He is on loan. He's a cracking midfielder, full of experience, proper quality. They have lost Ballymumba. Ballymumba was sold to Huddersfield, but I feel like that was part of the deal with getting Herbie Kane in. But Plymouth's team shouldn't be too bad today. I know they're missing Connor Hazard today and Talai, but it should be a good game. I genuinely believe they will win today's game. I mean, if I'm going to throw in a score prediction, which I never, ever get right in these vlogs, I'm going to go for a Plymouth 3-0 win at home against Doncaster Rovers today. I can't see any other way it's going to go. I think they'll turn up and they'll turn them over, and that playoff push will definitely be on. I mean, if they get through today and win that one, teams in League 1 are going to start fearing Plymouth. One, because of the players that they do have, who have quality football at times, but secondly, it's the fan base that really do get behind this team. Like, outside, like, you know, the Premier League and whatnot, for lower league fan bases, Plymouth are probably up there, one of the top. They take so many away fans. Home Park's always a sellout, and I mean, teams will start fearing that. If they're coming to Home Park and it's a 17k sellout, Plymouth will make it hostile. They know how to do it, and if they can just get it right on the pitch sometimes, genuinely what a turnaround this season could be. From when I was coming up here, start of the season, watching them, you know, I watched them get their first win, which took them 5-6 games against Blackpool. Obviously, they lost the first 4 in a row of this season.
to now basically smashing teams off the park like Cardiff here and there. See, last week wasn't great against Rotherham, but there's genuine belief that this team is doing something special and having a special turnaround in their League One season. I know there's a lot to break down. I said there was a lot to break down in this clip here, but genuinely today they could get it done. So apart from that, I've got a golf juice. I've had way too much caffeine. I should not be having this much caffeine because I've got a 4 AM alarm tomorrow for the Grand Prix. Bit of caffeine now. Gonna go get in Home Park and let's go watch this football match, and hopefully it's an absolute belter today at Home Park. I'm sure the atmosphere will be buzzing, mate.
3 PM Saturday, Argyle at home to Doncaster Rovers. Let's see how this game goes down. Obviously kick-off underway in the first half. Doncaster, a couple early opportunities, bit of spider shots really. Gerald's got booked for a challenge here, but Doncaster players actually won the red, but it was only a yellow. And before you know it, Elliot Lee, yeah, wow. One of the best goals I've seen this season on my travels. What a finish that is. Doncaster Rovers 1-0 up. Early doors. I mean, this was the kind of story for the first half. Good save from Ashley Hammond, but Doncaster Rovers, mate, just absolutely had Plymouth on strings. Plymouth couldn't do anything. I mean, did say it was a scrappy game. First yellow card there for Donny Rovers, but before you know it, even at the end of the first half, the poor first half from Plymouth, Big Bim Pepple, mate, once again turning up a man in form right before the first half. So momentum kind of went for Plymouth at this time. Then if we move it into the second half, how did this game go down? Well, handball straight off the bat. Plymouth penalty. Could they make it 2-1 after this penalty decision that's gone their way? Ronan Curtis steps up. It's been saved. Saved again. Ball's been cleared. Like, I just think you've got to stick Ben Pepple on that, mate. He's the man in form in that team at the minute. Plymouth tried to keep pushing on, and Doncaster with some time wasting to hold on for that point. Plymouth did start to push for that winning goal though, and look at this set piece for Herbie Kane. The ball's floated and it's gone in. It just floats through everyone and it goes in. I mean, absolute limbs, to be fair. In my head at half time I said you've got to get Herbie Kane on, just a bit more midfield solidarity and quality and pulling strings, and I mean he gets basically the winning goal in this game from what we've seen so far, because after this was 2-1 +7. Not really a lot happened. Plymouth just went into sort of game management mode. Little shot on target there from Owendale near the end, but realistically that was it. Plymouth 2-1, the turnaround complete. Fans extremely happy, you know, going 1 down, bringing it back and getting a big 3 points for that playoff push. You know, there's been Pepple giving it large. What a player he is. Also Cleverley, you know, I mean, a lot of people slandered him start of the season. Is he building something? Is he genuinely going to take this team to the playoffs?
Just left Home Park in Plymouth, about to go home. Full-time result, Plymouth 2, Doncaster 1. Plymouth fights back hard and fought well after going 1-0 down against Doncaster. Doncaster's goal was absolutely brilliant, a brilliant finish. Pepple, I said, as a man in form, gets one back before half-time, gives Plymouth a lot of momentum in the second half. In the second half, Herbie Kane coming on, yeah, different gravy, mate. What a football player he is. I mean, it's a set-piece sort of cross slash shot that ends up nestling in to the corner of the net, but Plymouth won't mind. They fought hard for those 3 points and they've got them. It was a bit of a scrappy game. The quality wasn't exceptional, but they don't care. 3 points is 3 points, and that now means that Tuesday is now a huge away day for Plymouth because they have got Wigan. And also, on another fact, I actually haven't cursed Plymouth Argyle today. Normally, every time I've been up, they have a draw or they lose. I've only ever seen 1 win this season, which was the Blackpool win. I've now seen 2, so they have got the job done today. I mean, Ronan Curtis missed a penalty. I was quite surprised in that decision. I would have given it Ben Pepple, personally, for me. A man in form, scoring a lot of goals, but Curtis missed a penalty. He tried to get the follow-up, and he didn't convert on that chance, but it doesn't matter. They have gone up there and won the game with Herbie Kane. Bit of game management needed towards the end, a bit of time wasting. Ashby Hammond got booked for time wasting, but they'll take it. It's a big, big +3. But a good day out, really. You know, weather's been okay-ish. It's now a bit musky and moody, and I'm about to go home and chill out for a little bit. So I'm pretty much going to wrap up the video here in Plymouth. Hope you've enjoyed this another match day vlog. I'm sure we'll do another one very, very soon. As I always say, like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you on another video very, very soon. Cheers and gone, Barno.